lighting is driving me mad. Sun's going in, out, in, out. Had finally got... Hi guys, and welcome back to another pregnancy update. I am 37 weeks and the last week has literally been full of appointments. So appointments with my hospital, appointments with the nurse, appointments with midwives. Yeah, it's been a bit insane, but that has been because we have just moved house, and so we have had to change all of my pregnancy information over to a new borough, and they all seem to work in different ways. So a few days ago I had my first midwife appointment, and when we got there she seemed to think, she had on her notes that it was like my booking in appointment, which is the appointment you have when you first fall pregnant, and it's to get all your information of like your family history and everything like that. So it's like the first appointment. Obviously I arrived and I was heavily pregnant, so the minute we got there she seemed to have the because they'd only given her a tiny 20-minute slot, but she needed double that to just swap everything over, all the information over. So it was a really rushed appointment. She went through all my family history, and she got all like the main bits in that she could for if I went into labour now, they would have everything that they need. So that's good, that's all sorted. So if I was to go into labour now, they would have all like the crucial information. She also sent me off for blood tests to the hospital that afternoon, so they have all my bloods and stuff. So that side of it's all sorted, and she also booked me like a double appointment next week to go through everything properly. It seems really silly to me the way they do it. I don't understand why they can't just transfer all my information from my old notes over to the new notes, but they don't. They like to start completely from scratch. I don't know, it doesn't make sense to me. I don't know why they can't just transfer it over. But at least most of it's sorted. Also at that appointment, she reminded me that I needed a whooping cough jab. Now she's the first midwife throughout my pregnancy that has mentioned anything about the whooping cough jab. I remember having it with Jack when I was about 20 weeks pregnant. Obviously we've had so much going on, so this time I'd completely forgotten. But she was like, you need to get it done ASAP because it can take up to 2 weeks to like kick into the baby, so that the baby will be protected of whooping cough from birth. So I went for my whooping cough jab yesterday. I've still got a sore arm from it. But at least that's all done as well. Next up was, she obviously had to check the baby. She checked the heartbeat and that was perfect. Then she measured the bump. So she measured bump, and the way it works is that you should be, so I'm 37 weeks, so I should be measuring up 37 centimetres. But I wasn't. I was 3 weeks behind, so only measuring 34 weeks. Now, I wasn't overly concerned. Well, I wasn't massively concerned because with Jack, he was always measuring a bit smaller, but never that small. So she sent me off also for like an emergency growth scan, which I've been to and had, and luckily everything is great. So that's good. It's just a small baby. And Jack was the same. And I think it's just because I'm small, so obviously I don't grow big babies. But she actually worked out from doing all like the measurements of the baby that the baby is currently about £6 free. And I don't think that's that tiny. And obviously the baby's got a few weeks to grow yet as well, so that's good. Sorry if I'm waffling, I feel like I'm going blah, blah, blah. It's because, but it's just so much to say. There's so much to tell you. So I've had my whooping cough, my growth scan, that's all up to date. All my notes are now kind of up to date. And I've got another appointment with the midwife next week just to go through everything properly and not being rushed through it. So as if I was to go into labour now though, the new hospital that I'm going to use have everything they need for, fingers crossed, everything to go smoothly. So that's the main thing. So that has literally been my week, just completely full of appointments here, there and everywhere. But now it should pretty much go back to normal and I should just have my regular appointments. So that's good. So symptoms this week, my cravings have still been lots of sweet stuff, so chocolates, cakes, all the sweet stuff. Also, so every time I walk into a room, I am still like, I find my nose looking for a cleaning smell. So I didn't say anything to my midwife about it at my appointment just because it was so rushed, but we'll mention it next week. I don't know if it's normal, if it's just like one of those weird pregnancy things. I don't think there's any particular reason for it, but I'm still looking for that cleaning smell. Also, I have been suffering something called, oh God, let me think of the name. I think it's PGP, pelvic girdle pain. Is that right? Doesn't sound right. But it's like this horrible, sharp pain. And it's almost like when baby's head pushes down, it's like this sharp shooting pain that shoots. It feels like it's going through your bladder and then into your groin. And it makes me jump, it's that painful. And it also sometimes feels like it's in your like lower back as well. I think I don't know what it is. I mentioned it briefly to my midwife and I think she said she'll go through it with me a bit more next week. But it's really quite painful. Yeah, it's not a nice feeling. And I'm getting it quite often as well. The midwife did say that it's more common with your second baby than your first. I remember having it slightly with Jack, but never this bad. Also, 2 people now, the midwife and the lady doing my growth scan, mentioned how low baby is sitting. That has been it really for the last week. It's mainly been appointments. And so sorry if it's like I've been like waffling on, talking really fast and trying to get everything in. But I think that's it. I've certainly been feeling like I'm getting a lot of those pre-labour pains, and you know, you get like a little twang, you're like, oh God, is that it? I'm getting to that point now where any little thing, and I'm starting to wonder if I'm going into labour. So it's exciting, but also a little scary. I'm starting to get a bit nervous about coming up to the whole labour thing, but obviously so excited as well. So I'll show you the bump now. So here is bump from the front. I don't think it's obviously changed massively since last week, and obviously I'm measuring quite low. There's bump from the side. And from this side. So that has been my 37th week of pregnancy. It's all been a bit crazy just because of the appointments, but like I said, it should all go back to normal slightly now, and we can just look forward to the baby's arrival. I will update you all again next week, so I will see you all soon.